Continuing on with the Flesh and Blood show from 88 Films is 1976's The House of Mortal Sin. Again, another one of those downbeat films where Walker is investigating the institutionalized hypocrisy of the church. In this one, another kind of downbeat film where he looks at one of the institutions of modern society and lays bare the failings of that. Here we have a young woman, Jenny, who goes to confession one day. She goes to relieve herself of a weight that's on her, and she gets Father Xavier Meldrum, a man who should never be in the position that he is in. And as he hears the confession, he gets a little bit excited. He starts to follow Jenny. He starts to stalk her to see what she's getting up to, knows her deepest, darkest secrets. And he starts to use that against her. Turns out, this father likes to record and re-listen to the confessions of his community.
I shouldn't have come here. It's all a mistake.
Don't go.
You have no right.
I have every right.
To use them to torture and blackmail and haunt the people that come to him looking for forgiveness and absolution. This is a priest who is abusing his power. Again, very prominent and very pertinent. Now, this is another one of those thematics where he kind of lays bare priests and the institution of religion as being very hypocritical, willing to condemn people for lesser crimes while committing worse crimes of their own.
I know you killed her.
Yes, I hated Anthony Sharp as Father Meldrum. He was obnoxious, horrendous, manipulative, that kind of terrifying man that would push and cajole others into doing the horrific things and make them feel as if it was their choice. He's a puppet master. He's one who loves to manipulate people. And you see this in the scenes where he is calling Jenny, where he's talking to her, where he is tormenting her and pushing her to the limits. And it's wonderful. It's one of those movies that I really enjoyed watching, but I hated this character and everything that he did to this woman.
Do I repel you? You mustn't shy away from me, not after what I've done for you.
Of course, we get familiar faces again. Sheila Keith yet again turns up, yet again is wonderful. And this has a almost slasher feel to it a little bit. People die in this one. And we're never quite sure why or who's behind it at first. But you kind of know that the priest has a hand in pushing people towards that, whether it be suicide or whatever's happened. He definitely has that guiding hand because in the community he has a power of authority and respect, and you have a person there who's willing to use that to manipulate for what seems like pleasure, for torment, to just annoy people.
Father Meldrum.
What about him?
I had a daughter, but younger than you she was. We killed her.
And we have this typical town of working class people, in which I feel that Pete Walker, the more I see within this set, the more I appreciate, and the more I can see that he's really capturing a sense of these people that were never really captured a lot. He has that community sense down. He captures these people in snapshots of time which are so accurate. These are people that I roughly have seen traits of in people I've known, especially growing up, a little bit removed from this time, but seeing still the people who were like that. I feel as if he's capturing the common person at that time, and he captures it so well as just getting right in there and attacking the staples of society. which she does very well. Not attacking is probably a rough word. Commenting on, laying bare the hypocrisy that lies within them. Another great film. I hated the main character. Hated him with a passion. But then you're supposed to, so it's not a bad thing. Again, another great one. I feel as if we are definitely walkers on his stride here. These three films all feel very thematically kind of linked together. They're all downbeat, they're all harsh. They're not cheery films. They're not films that I would not watch, but I'd be picky about when I did watch. I'd love to know your thoughts on House of Mortal Sin, so let me know in the comment box below whether you love them, hate them, fall somewhere in the middle. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff in the description box below, links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.